of regulation, making up for it in overtime. Karan, it wasn't just the big bucket. He was hustling on the other end down the stretch as well to lead to that.
Look, missed the shot in the end of regulation. Comes down on the defensive end of the floor. Two-way guy. This is why you acquire a guy like Jimmy Butler. Gets the deflection on Kemba Walker, and then out of the timeout, you know where the ball is going. He wants that moment. He's been wanting this stage. He delivers on the big note.
So, Brendan, look, with the Philadelphia 76ers all season, we've seen Joel Embiid with the ball in clutch situations, Jimmy Butler taking both of those big shots. Is that going to be an issue going down later in the season for Philadelphia?
There's never an issue when the shot goes in. It's never going to be an issue. People never get tired of winning. I don't think that this team has that type of ego. I think Embiid is happy as long as the shot goes in. I think these guys, they play for each other. So if Embiid is getting the ball and he's scoring, Jimmy's going to be happy with that and vice versa. And I think Ben Simmons, he knows his best job is to facilitate anyway, so he doesn't really expect to have the ball in those situations. I think it works out.
And that's a good problem to have when you have multiple guys that's that dynamic where you can throw it to here. That's misdirection at its finest. That's a coach's dream, and Brett Brown did an excellent job of drawing up that play, putting Jimmy in that situation where he could isolate and get a good opportunity.
Only 3 Hornets scored in double figures. The guy leading that charge, Kemba Walker, 60.
Oh, who was guarding that guy tonight, Karan?
Everybody.
Man, everybody got a piece of that 60.
He got 3 for 5 on him, 4 for 2 on all that, everything. Gave everybody that.
Oh, man, come on, man. You got to at least be in the frame when the guy shoots.
The Hornets' all-time leading scorer, 6 for 14 from long range, 21.
Hey, man, these are real clean looks for a guy that's going for 60. I see how he got the 60. Optional defense.
Did nobody want a piece of that action right there? Look at that.
Oh, got him.
You want some of that drip?
Oh, the bank's open. I know it's Saturday, but the bank's open.
4 steals as well. That can't be overlooked. A career high for Kemba Walker, Charlotte's all-time leading scorer. That's a performance that he won't forget.
Listen, that's one of those nights, even though you lost, you still feel like you won. And listen, he had a great night. He did what he was supposed to do. And when you get hot like that, the great players continue to stay on that roll and keep hunting their shots because they know they can have a special night. Kemba got hot early on. He had like 34 with a certain amount of time left in the third. Then I looked up, and the guy had 58. So he was really flaming tonight.
Yeah, I thought I was reading that wrong. You know, I see the numbers popping up, and then you go to Twitter and you see what's trending, and then I knew it was my fellow Husky. So it's just good to see him in that space. Jeremy Lamb played really well, something that they can build on. Didn't get the result that they wanted, but it's a good start for him.
Felt good to see all those UConn players doing good, huh?
Say it again.
Those UConn guys doing good?
Yeah, I can't hear good in my left ear.
It's only a couple of them.
Well, Jimmy Butler was the guy who hit the game winner. Here he is with Serena Winners.
How'd it feel out there?
Oh, man, I felt great. I love the fact that my coaches and my teammates had confidence in me to ISO and make another basket, man. Man, I can't thank them enough for that one.
You've been towing the slide of when to be passive and help out the teammates and when to just take over. What gave you the confidence just to take over?
JJ walked on and said, I bet you won't call game on this one. I had to listen to him, man. I'm confident in the shots that I take, but that one, I'm glad I made it.
Take me through that last play. What was going on in your mind?
Just create some separation. Rise up, knock down the shot, and don't give them an opportunity to go down there and get one themselves.
Kemba Walker, 60 points, and yet this team was still able to overcome this. Going through a lot, and for these teammates, this is the 18th game through this season. How'd you get through?
Oh, man, resiliency. I think in the end, we stayed with it. We stayed together. I will say, Kemba gave me 60 tonight. I will have to say that one.
Hey, at least he gives credit where credit is
man.
due.
The truth will set you free. Listen, man, Kemba gave me 60. Kemba had a night. Hey, he hooked me up to a Ford F-150 and drug me all around the arena. That's what happens sometimes. Sometimes it's that type of night.
It's some dudes out there that you really can't do nothing with. You know, they got too much in their bag, and he can dribble. He got the counters. He got all the things, and then he's a hybrid. Like, he has a motor, so it's tough to stop a guy like that once he gets it going.
On the other end, Jimmy Butler, talking about his defense because he only took 11 shots. Joel Embiid had 23 points in the first half. He had it going. J.J. Redick had it going. But Jimmy Butler, at the end of the fourth quarter, took the shot to try to win the game, and then in overtime, took the shot to win the game. Is that what we should expect from him, to have less shots but take the big shots?
It's what the game requires. B. Wood's just talking about, Ben Simmons facilitating, scoring, doing all the things that's needed. You know, J.J. Redick, shot maker, Markelle Fultz coming off the bench, being solid in his space. Jimmy Butler had, 14 opportunities or whatever the case may be. Low scoring game on his measures, but he was ready for the moment, performed well in the big
11 shots total.
Yeah, 11 shots. So he was huge down the stretch and hit the big shot that meant the most.
I think game flow is always going to determine who gets what. What I mean by game flow is not the speed of the game, but who has it going. So it might be Embiid's night, then it might be Jimmy's night, might be Ben Simmons' night. Some nights they might be running a bunch of pin downs for J.J. Redick on the baseline because he can get hot as well. I think this team, as they get used to playing with each other, they're going to understand the ball has energy when it's moving, and that's going to determine who gets what shot. It's not going to be predetermined. It's Jimmy and Embiid. Sometimes it's going to be different based on how teams are playing you and based on the counters that the coach